What's up, guys? Welcome back to What Cheers. I'm Nick. Just got back from Vermont again. Awesome time as always. Been dying to get back to do some new reviews for you guys. And yeah, what better way than to dive into one that I felt I was very much immersed in while I was up there. I was fortunate enough to go to a very small sold-out beer dinner with Sean Lawson of Lawson's Finest Liquids and Mike Gerhart of Otter Brewing. And it just so happens that they were releasing this brand new double IPA collaboration. Both the guys were there. It was a wonderful, wonderful evening with great food and beer and great stories from both of the guys. How this beer came together. Got to learn a lot about the background of Otter Creek and where Mike came from and his whole brewing background. Also got to learn a lot about Sean Lawson and a lot more in depth about his beers and his brewing process. So very, very cool. I was very excited to be a part of that. Got to actually have some one-on-one time with both Sean and Mike just to talk about things, and yeah, just a very cool event to be part of. So obviously excited to review this for you guys. You know, it's Lawson's. You know, it's got that name on it, so instantly people are going for it and they expect big things. I have had this beer, and I won't say anything about it yet, but let's just talk a little bit about what the beer is and what it's all about. Basically, so Sean and Mike have been friends for a while, and over the last year, they've really been talking about doing a beer together. They never have before, and obviously they're both Vermont brewers, so they put their heads together and came up with a double IPA using all locally sourced ingredients. They used water from Sean Lawson's well. He actually ran his well dry to do this beer, and then Mike used water from his water source over Otter Creek, and they combined some hops, locally harvested hops. I believe they used Cascade, and I'm not sure what other hops, but they used different malts, and they used, I think they even used different yeasts together. So the whole thing was just every aspect of the beer was a collaboration between the two brewers, the two brewing companies, their brewing styles, and they really just came together on this one. And here you have the Double Dose IPA. It's an Imperial IPA coming in at 8.5% alcohol. I'm not sure of the IBUs on this one, but I'm ready to get into this one with you guys, so let's check it out. Alright guys, so I got the Double Dose poured here, and it is a gorgeous looking double IPA. Let me tell you, it is absolutely hazy. You're not seeing anything through it. It looks a lot like Lawson's Double Sunshine. That was the first beer that came to mind. It's got that dark orange kind of glow to it. It just looks like a hazy, sunny day. The head is definitely white with some bigger bubbles. Nice carbonation. You can see it kind of on the edge of the glass streaming up. The smell coming off this already, it just hits you. It's not hidden. I love it. So let's get into the smell actually, but it is filling the room. Oh wow. So reminiscent of, again, like a Lawson's, I gotta say, Double Sunshine. Just reminds me of that sweet, sweet pineapple juice, some citrus, some pine. So sweet smelling though, and just so balanced. You can just tell it's gonna be really, really juicy and hoppy. Yeah, it just smells like a really, really intensely tropical, piney, sweet kind of beer. There's definitely some dankness to it. My mouth is watering, guys. Let's just get right into it at this point. Cheers. Wow. Wow, that beer has a lot of phases. Right up front, you get that kind of pineapple, that sweetness I was talking about. Middle of the mouth, this thing just explodes with hop character, like gushing like over your tongue, just hops, hops, hops. Really smooth, finishes just nice and bitter, but not like, it's not like a palate wreck or anything like that, but it is a nice hoppy, bitter kind of finish to it. Yeah, this beer has a really, really nice, like almost like a creamy mouthfeel to it. Carbonation spot on, just middle, medium kind of carbonation to it. And the creaminess of this beer, they really nailed it. As it kind of layers up in your tongue, there is a lot of hop presence to this. The bitterness kind of lingers more. Touch of sweetness in the finish. Really, really just an exceptional, balanced double IPA. Honestly, it just really has it all going for it. So this beer is insanely drinkable. The 8.5%, you don't detect the alcohol whatsoever. See, the beauty of this beer is it's so clean tasting and refreshing that it almost tastes like you're having it on draft. Like it was bottled a little more than a week ago at this point, so it is extremely fresh anyway. But you can just taste the clean, kind of fresh water that went into this beer, the fresh hops, everything about it just says, local, ingredients. You can just taste how clean and refreshing, and really you can taste the love that went into making this beer. In the landscape of a lot of double IPAs that are produced and bottled and shipped, it is kind of hard to stand out. This is definitely a win for both of these guys because they nailed it. As a collaboration, they nailed it. They really brought in a lot of Lawson's, the stuff he's known for as far as his IPAs. No doubt about it, there's a lot of his characteristics in this beer. But it also really shows you that just because Mike is from Otter Creek doesn't mean that Sean Lawson isn't going to go brew with him. And it really gives Otter Creek and Mike a chance to step up into that next level and get some more exposure that they wouldn't normally get. And even Mike actually mentioned to me how he understands that Otter Creek isn't necessarily a brand of beer that people are going to go out and run and buy, but he wanted to bring his A game to this beer. He wanted to show people that he could actually do a really good beer, and then, like I said, they nailed it because there's not much more you can ask for as far as this beer is concerned. It's got everything going for it, and I don't think there's much more to say except I'm going to drink this and give you a score in about 2 seconds. Alright guys, so the Double Dose IPA, it has a 96 score on Beer Advocate right now. I haven't heard one person say a bad thing about it, so I have to agree. I'm gonna go 96 as well. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's really, really a well-deserved praise that they're getting for it, and I hope to see more of this kind of stuff in the future from different brewers. It's hard to do a collaboration, and a lot of them don't really make any kind of noise. They don't really do anything for people. But these guys just nailed it. So I'm going to go 96 and agree with Beer Advocate. Just to wrap up here, again, if you like a very, very nice hoppy beer, a hoppy double IPA with that really kind of like tropical pineapple kind of sweetness to it, mixed with some pine and like resin characters, it's amazing. You'll love this beer. It leaves a nice bitter finish in your mouth. Not a nasty bitterness, just a very dry bitter finish that really just complements this beer perfectly. Super drinkable. A little bit on the pricey side. It's a one-time thing. It's Lawson's involved, so I think the cost is a little high, but it's about between 15 and 20 a 4-pack, depending on where you get it from. And I don't know how much they distributed out to the different states. I know the majority was in Vermont, Get it if you can. Pick up a 4-pack. I guarantee you're not going to regret it. Get it fresh, drink it fresh. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to go drink this and get double dosed. So, see you next time. Cheers.